Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Sub Hub podcast. I'm Dani Moreno.
And I'm EmKay Sullivan. And today we had Élisa Morin on the podcast to help announce her big signing with the Brooks team, who, if you guys listen to the podcast, you guys know that Dani and I are huge fangirls of Brooks and their support of short trail athletes in the last couple of years. But Élisa is a five-time Canadian champion and new Canadian citizen. She's originally from Paris, France, but moved to Quebec City after finishing university. And Canada got a good one. She ended up 10th at the World Championships. So lucky Canada.
Yes, no, definitely. And yeah, you get to hear more about that backstory in the podcast, but we cover things like her background, getting her start in trail running, how 2025 went, and what she's looking forward to in 2026.
Yes, she was very fun to talk to. I'm a big confidence girl, so I loved just like hearing her just be like, yeah, I can be top 10, no big deal. Yeah, I can be top 10. So I hope you guys enjoy that just as much as I did.
Yeah, no, definitely. But before we get into this episode with new Brooks signee Élisa, EmKay, how is your never second fueling your current, status and your comeback?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as many of you know, I'm over here trying to just like build up my little baby calf muscle back to its previous glory, which means that I need a lot of protein after my what feels like 1 million workouts in a day. And so I have been using the P30 a lot in my training. I love the chocolate flavor. It goes well in smoothies. It's good by itself. It's good in oatmeal. And yeah, I just feel like it covers all like good flavor, good amount of protein. It's helping me rebuild these building blocks over here.
And it mixes well. Like it
It
mixes really
does.
well. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
some protein powders that are just so clumpy and you like
Yeah.
drink it and it like blows up in your face, but never second goes down smooth.
Yeah. So if you are also rebuilding your blocks or you're just like doing normal runner things, like where you're doing really hard workouts all the time, and you want to try some P30, make sure you guys go to never2.com and use our code SUBHUB25 to get 25% off of all of your Never Second products.
Yes. And speaking of codes, if you are ever wondering, you're like, I know they said they have some sort of hookup for me. Those codes are always top and present on our SubHub headlines, which came out this Monday. And there's a big announcement in there. We have historically been in Beehive, where the newsletter gets, directed right to your inbox. But after kind of toying with the idea and looking just at like other great newsletters, we have made the decision to move to Substack. So if you are currently one of our subscribers through Beehive, be sure to check out that PSA at the top of the newsletter where you could see the new subscription link in our Substack. And the plan is to move there by our April edition. So we're going to give you all 2 months to move over if that is what your heart desires. We hope you join us over there. And that way we just have more direct communication with you guys, not only through the newsletter, but any other hot news that's coming out in the short trail world. We could kind of treat it like Twitter meets Beehive, which we're really excited about. So check us over at Substack, but also check out the current SubHub headlines.
Yeah, and that'll be good because as we talk about with Alyssa, as well as like I feel like three or four other people that we've had on the pod just this year, we're just waiting for that Golden Trail calendar to come out. So maybe when it does, we'll be substacking.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, just a faster way to communicate with our audience, which I'm really excited about.
Yeah. We also have some new sponsorship partners coming up this year. We're going to have a couple episodes. And so just kind of keep your eyes out for those. We're very excited to announce who those will be this year.
Yes, super excited. Well, that takes care of the admin side of things. We are very excited for this episode with Alyssa. So now let's tune in for that.
Hey, Alyssa, how are you today?
Good, good. Thank you to having me on the podcast.
Yeah, of course. Tell us about I guess what your day looked like today and where you're currently at for our listeners.
Okay, so my day today, I'm still working. I mean, I'm working part-time now, so just dealing between work and training. So basically today it was a little bit short of time because I live in Quebec City and I had to go to Montreal. So it's like 3 hours in a bus. So this morning, I just do my weight training session. I jump into the treadmill during 20 minutes, just to be sure to be in time at home to have the daily meeting with all my team. Work during the morning, 30 minutes on the bike, no lunch, grab my lunch for the bus, went in the bus, still working, and just after the bus, go to my friend place, run 30 minutes, and just arrive 2 minutes before the beginning of the podcast.
The glamorous life of an athlete, that is for sure. Um, Speaking of Quebec, what has it been like this year? Because at least for us in North America, that part of the world has been getting a lot of really tough weather, and so I'm just curious how you've been handling that.
Yeah, if tough weather is like currently for sure it's winter, so it's like really cold. I mean, I'm living in Quebec since it's my 7 years now because I'm coming from France, and I think it's the winter the most cold, but also we have a lot of snow, and I'm doing backcountry ski too, so it's really nice for that. But it's yeah, it's like really cold. But I mean, if you live in Quebec, you know that during like 4 months of the year it's really cold. So we just used to it and we adjust our training to continue what we love.
Yeah, I love that. Danny and I live in the mountains, but we're pretty dry over here on the West Coast right now. So, at least in Reno where I am, it almost feels like spring. So you can run pretty much everywhere right now, which is kind of crazy.
I mean, we still run outside, but we just need to adjust and to put some more treadmill for sure. But I mean, it's part of the winter air and it's really enjoyable.
Yeah. You said that you took the bus to Montreal for work. Do you go to Montreal every day for work, or is that just some of the
No, no,
time?
no, no, no. I'm working remote. It just I have stuff to do with a client near Montreal. So the head office of my company is in Montreal, but I'm fully work from Quebec City from my home.
Okay. And can you tell us what you do for work since you're just part-time now?
Yes. So I'm civil engineer. And so it's what I studied, but currently I'm more working with a database and helping my client to do well with their assets. Basically, it's a lot of advice and management and just the work that I can do from home. So it's really nice to have that. And so now I'm just starting now, like today, the start of February officially as part-time because I'm starting like a new professional life in sports, and so it's that.
That's super exciting. And we will get more to the brand that you are doing that with, which is really exciting. Also, just per trail runners, I feel like we have a lot of medical professionals and we actually have like the second most often careers engineers, which I think is pretty cool that you also do that. Um, so you're obviously getting into sport with trail running, but we'd like to go back to where it all began. Like, how was your childhood? Were you running in childhood? Were you doing other sports? Like, yeah, how was that like in your young life?
Yeah. So sport is really part of my life, of my family. I mean, my parents, it's very important for them. And as I remember, I always practice two sports or three sports at the same time. So I started with martial arts, with judo. So I did that during thir no 16, yeah, 16 years. So quite a lot. So it was all my childhood and even during high school. And after I started to do some cycling, so I did that during 6 years. So it was my first, let's say, aerobic sport. So it was really cycling. And after that, like I think a lot of runner too, I discover cross country with the school, and I starting to run with my school, and I joined a track and field club. So I started really track and field, I think when I was 11 or 12. So I did that during maybe 7 years. But after I start to go to university. So during university, just I would not say that I stopped running, but it was really not the objective of this part of my life. So it was more study and partying a lot. Um, and after that, I arrived here in Quebec, in fact, in 2020. So just at the beginning of COVID. And so everything was shut down, and I was like, okay, so I'm in Quebec. I don't know anyone. I mean, yes, I have some friend here, but I don't know anyone. We can do inside. Before I was a true runner, so just I just tried to run again, and it's starting like that, just to run on a daily basis during COVID, just to think about other stuff. And after I discovered trail running, because in Quebec, trail running it's really an important sport. There is a huge community. And after just continue because I had some good result, and just like that, I'm here today.
So, because you're from France originally, so you moved to Quebec City
Yeah,
after college?
yeah. After
Okay.
the university, after the end of my
Okay.
studies.
Awesome. So you're definitely the first person that we've had on here who has a background in judo. Probably the only other like I guess kind of like niche sport would be what did Antonio
Parkour.
Martinez did? Parkour. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, that probably has a lot to do with your body awareness, though, in trail running. Like, I can imagine. Have you seen any correlations from your judo background carrying into trail running? No,
no, I would
just
like, because I'm really bad at falling. And what we learn when we learn judo, it's really to have a beautiful fall, to just go on your back. And no, not for me. I just directly on my arm or my knee. So no, it could have been that. It could have been great, but no, no, no. I'm not aware of my environment.
that's fair. As far as you said there was a big running community in Quebec. Could you elaborate a little bit more on that and like what intrigued you to, begin running? Was it a friend or was it seeing people running, etc.?
Yeah. Yeah, really seeing people running. I think it's really in their lifestyle to just go outside. I think they hike a lot. They have a lot of national park, and sometimes it's hiking, sometimes it's trail running. Um, Really, I think just go be outside. It's in the lifestyle of every Quebecois. And after, yeah, it was a colleague. Now it's a really good friend who is a really good ultra runner in Quebec, and he introduced me to that, to trail running. And in fact, I discovered, yeah, a big community. We have a lot of events. Of course, it's small event because Quebec is small province, but we have, I think, during summer, like each weekend during July and August, we can find a trail race. So yeah, it's that it's not known, but when you are in Quebec and you arrive in Quebec, you can definitely see that people are running a lot.
Okay, so just because Danny and I have never been to Quebec City, or I no, I have been to Canada. I've been to West Coast Canada though. How would you compare the trails where you are to like Auburn or Chamonix? Because you've run in those two places and they are quite different from each other.
It's totally different. In Quebec, it's small mountain. I mean, I think the maximum elevation you can have, it's maybe 600 or 700 meters. So it's not a lot, and it's maybe like in maybe 5 places in all Quebec. So it's more up down, a lot of up down. It's really muddy. It's really muddy. You need to be aware of your environment, but not for me. It's really, I will say, it's really technical. You have to watch really, really close where you put your feet. There is a lot of roots. I think the most it's mud and roots. It's really what we have here in Quebec, mud and roots. So it's not really runnable trail, but it's good when after you arrive, for example, in Auburn for canyon, when you can run a lot, or even in Chamonix, it's more runnable than here. But what we miss, it's really the elevation.
Yeah. From what I've heard about friends who have run the Quebec Mega Trail, which it looks like you've done a few races there, is they're surprised. They're like, you don't climb a lot, but it's really slow running because to
Yeah.
your point, like you just have to watch it's quite slippery. You have to have shoes with really good grip. But yeah, no, that's super interesting to see. It's definitely one of my bucket list items is to get up more in Canada, just because I've heard the trails are beautiful. And when you say you have to be aware of your surroundings, is that because of bears?
No, but in some races you need to have a spray for that in case. You also need some time to have a bear for that, but it's not only for the bear, it's also for the coyote. I think we
Oh
said that.
yeah, the
Yeah,
cougars.
yeah. There is a
Yeah.
lot in some part of Quebec, so it can be possible. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's one of those things
yeah,
where it's like, yeah, you guys have a lot more cougars than the
yeah,
United States.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure we dropped them off up there, is what happens. No, that's super, super cool. It's great to hear that there is an awesome running community there. And just looking at some of your results, those do look so like some of your first races were those Quebec mega trails. How quickly would you say you became familiar with the trail running landscape? Because it looks like you, and correct us if you're wrong, it looks like you started like trail races in 2022, and already in 2024 you were coming to California for a UTMB major. I felt like it took me way longer to figure out where to go and when. So did you have a mentor or like how'd you figure it out?
Not a mentor, but there is Mélodie Gilbert. It's another Québécois runner. She's really good. She's really good too, and she's in trail running since I think maybe 2020. I think so, 2 years before me, and she inspired me a lot to for the races. And in fact, she did Canyon 1 year before me, or even us. I don't know if it was your first time too, but she did Canyon in 2023, and I see that she succeeded to be in the top 10 for going in the OCC um, the year after. And I already competed against her in Quebec, and I knew that I was better than her. So I was like, okay, why not? Just why not to try? And because it was also my first time in United States, and we were just a group of friends to say, okay, just let go there, and make a road trip after. I mean, we just took the car after to go to Sequoia, Yosemite, the canyon, and to finish in San Francisco. So it was not just for the race; it was also a trip with friends. But it's really because I was like, okay, this really good runner, she made the top 10. I just looked my UTMB index. I was like, okay, why not? I can make the top 10 too. And in fact, when I arrived on the start line, I knew that nobody know me, but I was like, okay, in fact, my index, it's like the eighth. So top 10, it should be normal for me. So yeah, it's a little bit like that.
Since that was your first time in America, what did you think of our trails and what we have to offer at canyons?
Canyon, it was really nice because for me, 50K was a lot. It was my longer race, but Canyon, it's Canyon. So in fact, in 4 hours, it's over. So I really like that it was really a fast course. You can run a lot. It was not too hot this year. In fact, I start with my arm sleeve and I keep it during all the race. So it was not too hot. It was beautiful, and also because you can say, okay, you have the Western vibe around this course too, so it's really nice.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember what we raced each other, and I just remember you starting the race. I was like, oh my gosh, she's so fast. You were
Yeah, I remember.
flying.
I was like, okay, for me the pace it's okay because I'm coming from the road, and I was like, okay, I did not know who was the other girl, but when you passed me, I was like, okay, I'm already cooked. It's only 15 kilometer. I was like, okay, no, so I just let the two T-Rex girl just go, and I will do my stuff.
That's awesome. No, you crushed it. I'm curious because it looks like in 2024, so you ended up fourth there at a
Yeah.
major, which qualified you for OCC the following year. Because that's kind of like when UTMB rules were still getting all sorted. And you did some races in Canada. And then, looking at 2025, you absolutely kicked butt. Ninth place at OCC, 10th place in the Classic. What were your goals and aspirations going into last year? And what was like reality meets expectations? Like, what did that look like?
Yeah, yeah. So for sure, OCC was a big race for me, but as was Canyon, I mean OCC, it's not 50K, it's 57. We have a change in the race, so in fact it was 60, and the elevation more than 3,000. I was like, okay, so I'm going there because it's OCC, because I have my qualification, because I want to race also where I come from. My parents are there, my friends are there, and it's a UTMB week, so it's really huge. But I'm really competitive, so in my mind, I like the same. Okay, what is my UTMB index? Okay, I just look the past result. I say, okay, if everything go well, if some girls are not really well, okay, maybe top 10 again, maybe top 10, it's possible. I said it on a podcast, I said it, really, it's everything goes well normally, top 10, it's really achievable, and in fact it's what I did. But the same at Scania, at I think at the 30K I was like in the sixth position, and but it was already too hard, too hard for me. So yes, I'm really glad with the ninth position, and it was what I said, and it's what I achieved. So I'm really glad of that, and but it was really tough. I mean, I know that I want to do it again, but not this year. But yeah, it was a really tough race, not really enjoyable, in fact. Really, really, maybe I'm the only one to say that, but I don't
No,
really like the race.
it doesn't look like, I mean, it's not the race you expect, and so it's just like it's not the same. But I mean, it sounds like you're getting better though. To be 15K in the first time thinking I'm gassed, and then 30K not the next time, but at the next, big UTMB race. Like that's pretty good. Next thing you know, you'll be at 50K and you're just gonna still be crushing it, and you're gonna be like,
Yeah,
whoa, what
I
happened
hope.
here?
Yeah, I hope.
I love it. Well, so you do want to go back though, hopefully for like a normal course.
Yeah, yeah. Next year, I think I'm doing a Bayou UTMB this year. So normally next year I should go to UTMB week and do OCC again.
Cool. Which race
Cool.
are you signed up for?
The one in Quebec, the first is the first one in Quebec. So it's in Mont Tremblant. It's one of the big mountain, I would say, here in Quebec.
Cool.
So
What month is that?
Mont Tremblant. Yeah, it's not really known. The race, it's Borealis Mont Tremblant by UTMB. and it's like 1 hour and a half drive away from Montreal.
Cool. But which month does it happen?
It's the name. It's Mont Tremblant. I can write it to you. It's
Or sorry, which month? Like March, April?
sorry, sorry, sorry.
No, you're good.
It's in August.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh,
Nice.
okay, cool.
Nice.
Um, and I mean, the other big part of your year last year was the World Championships, and at least in our, eyes. And you're a five-time Canadian national champion. Like how you have a lot of confidence. I really like this. I like this about you so far. So you have like five-time Canadian champion, but before we get to world champs, I got to know because you're originally from Paris, France. How did you end up representing Canada? Like how does that work?
Because I'm a citizen of Canada. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was really it was a huge process. It was really difficult because in fact, like in 2024, I also made Squamish 50K. Squamish 50K was the qualification race for the short trail for the world.
Okay.
And I finished second just after Jade. So I had my place for this race too. And after I win the Canadian Championship of Classic and Uphill, so I had my place for these two races too. But at this time, I didn't have my citizenship. So it was okay, you can go for sure to the world. We want you on the team, but you need to have your citizenship to represent Canada. So I just start the processes in October 2024. Normally, it should have been okay for for to be in the team. I had the notification say, okay, it's okay. You have your citizenship ceremony in April or March. I don't remember. But at this time, I had the travel for doing desert rats by UTMB. So I was like, no, I can't. So I postponed it. And after it was like zero response from the immigration. And I had no response when they announced the team for the trail. So it's for that I wasn't on the team for the short trail or the long trail, even if I had my spot. And at this time, I was like, okay, so worlds, in fact, it's not for me. I'm the champion on uphill and classic, but I will not go because I don't have my citizenship. And I think 1 or 2 days before they announced the team for the mountain races, I just received the email from the immigration to say, okay, your new ceremony, it's this time. It's will I think in July. So I just said, okay, Chris, I have my ceremony. I will have my passport. It's official. You can put me on the team. And 2 day or 3 day after, they just announced the team, and I was there. So just because I'm citizen, let's say.
Wow, that is crazy. Like, holy cow, to have that happen in July and then, represent them just a couple months later. The odds were definitely in your favor. And I think Team Canada is also very grateful for that because you got 10th place in the short trail. How was that? Because at least my experience running OCC is I get quite tired and like that transition to faster stuff. Do you feel more at this point in your career more naturally inclined at those shorter, faster races versus the longer ones?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I'm better at that, and I prefer that too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I prefer shorter distance around 2 to 3 hours of yeah, around 2 to 3 hours of effort. Uphill, I really don't like that. Okay, I'm Canadian champion, but the effort it's really awful. It's like you are doing a 800 or a mile on the track. Really, it's not enjoyable at all. And classic, I really like that. It's more like a half marathon effort. So okay, you climb, but you don't climb a lot, and after you can just run in the downhill because it's not technical at all. So yeah, classic, I really enjoyed that. But I think I will prefer like between 30K really on trail because I don't. I mean, I'm good at climbing or going downhill, but I like to have some parts like really you can just run like maybe a ridge or something like that. So I think 2 to 3 hours of effort is my stuff. But yeah, classic, I was really it was really a good race because uphill wasn't a good race at all. I was like, okay, it's I didn't like this race. I need to do better for the classic, and I really like this race.
So, since you qualified for three of the teams, was classic and vertical always kind of your choice, despite the fact that you kind of got forced into that team by like timeline wise?
Yeah,
Or
it
did
was
you originally
no.
want to
No,
do
originally I wanted to do as Jade, so
short
short
trail?
trail and
Yeah.
uphill, so uphill and short trail, and I
Okay.
finished with uphill and classic.
Okay. Well, if you like those 30K distances, it sounds like you need to hop into some Golden Trail races.
Yeah, it's the plan for this year.
Oh, sick. We'll get to that in a little bit then. Um,
As oh, go ahead.
oh yeah, you go, Danny.
I'm so curious. So now you have a couple of trail years under your belt. Huge performances last year. Again, just like congrats. What does your training look like? Because you are one of, I would say more, it's becoming more normal that shorter trail athletes, especially to your point, like the 1 to 3 hour specialists, can also run freaking fast on the roads now. It just like is so interchangeable. Like who is doing your training?
So my coach is a road and track coach, in fact. Because before starting trail running in Quebec, I did some races in on the road, and I really like that. I mean, I really like to go fast, and it's still because I'm living in Quebec City, so if I want to go on the trail, I have to take the car. So during the week, I'm mostly training on the road, and I'm mostly doing road interval. So a lot of speed, and I really love that. So I would say a lot of road training. In Quebec, we have some uphill, so I try to do some of my interval in uphill to just say, okay, I did some elevation in this one. So I would say, yeah, a lot of road, and after during the week going on trail and just enjoy to be outside. But this year, I really want to focus more on going on trail during the week too, because now I will have more time and maybe doing some interval in trail running too, because I said to other people before, but I never did one interval in trail running. Like when I go to trail running, I just go at, I will not say easy pace, but there is no 3 by 10 minutes downhill or 3 by 1 minute. I don't know. I don't know. So so I would say, yeah, I would say a lot of road running, a lot of cross training too. I really love cycling. So during summer, I can do my long run and after do a long go to cycle with friends too. And during winter, a lot of treadmill. What I love with treadmill during winters, it's that we can easily put elevation. So I do some, yeah, a lot of interval with elevation on the treadmill and a lot of backcountry skiing too.
Oh, I can't tell if Danny's frozen. Do you cycle and run on the same day or
Oh, I
different
can,
days?
yeah. I think my training it's not really structure. I really, I mean, if I just check what my coach say, just put me the running stuff. So after I just say, okay, so I did that, but I still did my run, but
But I also want to go on a
just did my run. I
cycling
just just cross training.
extravaganza.
Yeah, yeah.
I love
No,
that.
I love that. Yeah, it's really cool to incorporate all those other things as well, not just for the mind, but the body. And, layering those bike rides too will help with stuff like OCC, that are a little bit longer. And like you don't want to be out there running for hours all the time. And so layering a bike ride is great. Before we switch to you joining a new team this year, which is really exciting, the main reason why we have you here, uh, out of all those races, did you have a favorite from 2025?
Um, 2025, it's a race that you didn't talk about, but it will be QMT, Quebec Mega Trail. The 50K, it was the Canadian Championship in 2025. And I know it's not the really known race, but in fact, it was my best performance of the year. I mean, if you just check the ITRA or the UTMB score, and even because I finished second overall and with a big course record, I think it was really my best race of the year, even if it's not international, even if it's not an international one.
That's awesome. It people seem to really love that race when they I feel like Mikel Boudin Rousseau raced up there quite frequently and
Yeah, yeah,
maybe like Cade
it's a big
Michaels.
race. Huh? It's a really a big
Yeah.
race. Also from TX, I don't know his name, but I think it's Lipuma.
Oh, Eric LaPuma.
Well,
He did great
yes,
up
Oh
there.
did
yeah.
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
he's
he
in
did it
Vermont.
last year and the year before. Yeah.
That's cool.
That makes sense. Well, I want to talk a little bit about this coming year too, but the main reason that we brought you on today that we really want to talk about is your new partnership. You mentioned several times that you've gone part-time so that you can focus a little bit more on running. So tell us who have you signed with? What does it look like, and how did you get in contact with these people?
Yeah, so I'm really excited to sign with Brooks Running. So it's really huge, and I can't wait for this year because they are really focused. I mean, here in North America, I think on short distance. I mean, of course, there is like Chris Winter or Chris or Will Murray. They are doing a longer distance, but they have a lot of athletes that are doing some short distance. So I'm really glad to join this team, and because also it's a young team. I mean, well, I think maybe I don't know the average age, but maybe less than 30 years old for sure. I'm pretty sure of that. And yeah, so Brooks running for this year and next year too.
Yeah, that's super exciting. Huge congrats. MK and I are huge fans of Brooks, just with their investments, especially in short trail. And like you said, it's just a young, kick-ass team. Like so much young talent there, people to watch for the coming years. Was there anything that, like, what excites you most about being on the Brooks team?
I think it's being part of really a team, I will say. Again, because there is a lot of athletes there with a brand, but there is not really a team around that. So I think what I like with book, it's really that we have a team, we have a WhatsApp group, we can chat between each other, we can meet to do stuff. Even for sure, me, I'm living in Quebec, so it's not really easy. But I know that I think that I can just say, okay, I don't know, I'm going to Colorado. I'm pretty sure I know that there is a lot of Brooks Trail runner there. The focus on short trail distances, like you said. Um, the I There is another Quebecois runner who is with Brooks too since last year. So for sure, it took me a lot of that and his experience. So I was like, okay, yeah, it seems really great. And of course, the product too, and with the new super shoe, the Cascadia Elite that I just received today. I just opened the box before the bus. I was like, oh shit, yeah, it looks really nice. So yeah, I think for all of that, and I also think for me, what is really important that they are not full focus on social media. Personally, I don't like that. For sure, I have to play the game of social media. Now it's really important for an athlete to be on social media, but it's not natural for me. As a former road runner, it's I really don't have my phone with me when I run. I'm not like, okay, I'm going to take a video or photo of me and put it on the social media. I just don't think about that. And when I discuss that with Jordan or even with my friend who is really focused on performance too, he told me, no, it's like for sure you have to do some stuff, but it's quite really chill. They help you to create the content. We will have a camp in 3 weeks. So I know that I can come back with the camp with a lot of content that I can reuse after. So it's yeah, also that.
That's awesome. I was gonna ask you what your favorite Brooks shoe is. Is it the Cascadia? You mentioned that
Uh,
it's pretty sick.
I'm not going. I mean, I just received it, so I don't. I hope
We'll
it will be
see.
the Cascade. I will see, but I think the Agile 2 should be
Okay.
really great for the race that I do.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's what all the Brooks athletes we talk to say is the Agile.
Yeah, I feel like the first version just kicked butt, and especially for you and the trails that you're going to be running on, that seems like the go-to shoe for a lot of Brooks athletes, especially when it's muddy and stuff. Just watching like Taylor Stack run in Austria for Golden Trail, that's what he was wearing, and he looked great running down those hills. He was not slipping around, so I'm sure that has to be exciting for someone like you that has to deal with mud pretty
Yeah,
regularly.
especially yeah, here in Quebec, yeah, there is some race are like, okay, I don't have any shoes that can just beat this mud. So yeah, so I think yeah, the Agile would be really great.
That's awesome. Well, again, huge congrats. Let's shift to this year. It is 2026. That still just feels weird rolling off the tongue that we are finally in 2026. But what are you looking forward to? What are your goals this year? What's on the calendar for Alyssa?
So as we discussed before, really Golden Trail Series. It's really what I want to focus this year, and I know that a lot of Brooks athletes are doing the series too. We are still waiting for the calendar. We still
It's
don't know.
February. What
Yeah,
is going on here?
yeah. And I have a friend who told me they should make the announce yesterday morning. I was like, we are yesterday morning. Well, what's going on? So I'm waiting for that. But the two main races, even if I have to do three to go to the final, the two main will be normally Zegama and Sierzinal. So my goal is to go to the final, and I really think top 10. I can make a top 10 overall. It's my goal. I think when I say top 10, I'm pretty chill. So I just say okay, top 10. I think I can do better than that, but let's say if I'm doing top 10 general in Golden Trail Series, it would be really great. After I have what I'm doing. No, it's not huge, but the QMT again, the 50K, because it will be this year the qualification race for short trail and long trail for the next Worlds in Cape Town. So Quebec Mega Trail will be a huge event. I hope huge event in for Canadian trail runner. I hope runner from British Columbia will come here in Quebec. Borealis by UTMB to have my qualification for OCC in 2027. Um, and I think yeah, I think and yeah, and Défi des Couleurs, the Canadian Championship for classic and uphill, same as QMT will be the qualification races for the next world.
It's
I
so
love
nice that
that.
you guys do that the year before.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
was thinking too, so you
yeah,
know.
but I was like, I think it's really because which event can afford to have this championship. For example, it's the Défi des Couleurs. They really did this race, the uphill and the classic, especially for for the athlete for the athlete for the worlds. And this event it's in October. So if you don't do it this year, you cannot do it in October the same time at Cape Town. So yeah, I think it's good after you can just relax and say, okay, I have my place. I can just do what I want for the next year. But I don't know. I like also that it's in the same year. So no.
Yeah, no, definitely. There's pros and cons, for sure, but that does make sense with having it in a race that they know can be competitive, has the infrastructure, and has like good terrain as well. I'm really excited for you to do Zagama because I feel like one of the biggest hindrances for athletes going to Zagama is not having a lot of experience on mud because 9 out of 10 times it's going to be muddy there.
Yeah, yeah,
And
it
so
seems
I'm
awful.
excited for you to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not really. When I'm talking to my friend and Remy, who is living in Quebec, who is in the Brooks team too, I was like, oh, I'm going to do Zegama. He's like, no way I'm doing that. It's too technical. It's the weather, it's awful. I was like, yeah, but when I just looked the video of Sarah, I was like, oh, yeah, we want to do it.
Yes, I love that. And Sears and All is also going to be like two totally different races, but I think they're both well suited to you because you've got one in the mud and then you've got one that's incredibly fast and it's good for road runners. So like I'm stoked for both of those for you.
Yeah, can't wait for that.
Yeah, Sears and All is awesome. I might try to go back this year. Maybe we'll see each other there.
Do it.
Maybe, yeah.
Do it. Cool. Well, Alyssa, thank you so much again for joining us today. We are happy to have you. Do you want to say any thank yous before we sign off here?
Thank you for having me. Thank you to Jordan, the Brooks train manager, to for the contact between us, and can't wait to start the year.
Well, it's wonderful to chat with you. Thanks again for joining us, and we can't wait to see how your year goes as well. This has been the Sub Hub Podcast.